They've been banned in countries, blamed in headlines, and feared by neighbors who've never actually met one. But what if everything you've been told about the American Staffordshire Terrier is wrong? Or at least dangerously incomplete? Before you cross the street, before you sign that petition, and before you make up your mind, you need to hear this. We're counting down 10 things that will completely change the way you see this misunderstood breed. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Number 10. A storied past. The American Staffordshire Terrier didn't start as a villain. In fact, during the early 20th century, they were one of America's most beloved family dogs. Stubby, a Staffordshire-type dog, became the most decorated war dog in U.S. history. Pete the pup from The Little Rascals was one too. These dogs were symbols of loyalty and resilience, not danger. So how did the narrative flip so dramatically? That shift didn't happen by accident, and understanding it is the first step to seeing this breed clearly. Number 9. Media's distorted lens. Here's something most people don't realize. Studies confirm that media coverage of dog bites is heavily skewed towards certain breeds. A bite by a Labrador rarely makes the news. A bite involving a Staffordshire-type dog? National headlines. This reporting bias creates a feedback loop. More fear, more suspicion, more negative stories. Researchers at the University of Colorado found that news outlets were significantly more likely to report dog bites when the breed was identified as a pit bull type. The data doesn't lie, but the headlines often do. Number 8. Temperament test results. The American Temperament Test Society, an organization that objectively evaluates dog behavior, has consistently rated American Staffordshire Terriers above average in temperament. In recent testing cycles, they passed at a rate of around 85%, outperforming breeds like Chihuahuas, Collies, and even some Golden Retriever lines. These tests measure stability, shyness, aggressiveness, and friendliness under controlled conditions. So why aren't these numbers cited when politicians push breed-specific legislation? That's a question worth sitting with, because the science has something very different to say than the fear. Number 7. The training factor. No dog is born dangerous. Behavior is shaped by environment, handling, and socialization. American Staffordshire Terriers are highly intelligent and deeply responsive to training. That same quality that makes them trainable into loving companions also makes them vulnerable to abuse and exploitation by irresponsible owners. Research consistently shows that aggression in dogs is far more correlated with owner behavior than breed. Dogs raised with structure, positive reinforcement, and socialization overwhelmingly exhibit stable, gentle behavior. The breed doesn't make the dog dangerous. The human behind it does, remember that. Number 6. Breed misidentification. Here's a fact that should give you pause. Visual breed identification is wrong up to 87% of the time, even among trained professionals. Studies using DNA testing have repeatedly shown that dogs labeled as pit bull types are often mixed breeds with little to no American Staffordshire Terrier genetics. Yet bite statistics, news reports, and breed bans are built on these faulty visual IDs. When the foundation of a fear is built on misidentification, what does that say about the policies that follow? We're making life or death decisions for dogs based on how they look. That matters. Number 5. Bite statistics, unpacked. Dog bite statistics are often cited without context. And context is everything. The CDC stopped publishing breed-specific bite data precisely because accurate breed identification in bite incidents was unreliable. What the broader data does show is that any dog, regardless of breed, is more likely to bite when chained, abused, unneutered, or unsocialized. American Staffordshire Terriers are not statistically exceptional outliers once these factors are controlled for. The conversation around bite statistics needs to shift from which breed to which conditions. That single reframe changes everything about how we approach dog safety. Number 4, they're people-oriented. One of the most overlooked facts about the American Staffordshire Terrier is how deeply people-oriented they are. Historically bred for companionship and loyalty, they crave human connection and thrive in family environments. This is precisely why they perform so well as therapy and emotional support animals, a role many of them serve today in hospitals and rehabilitation centers. Their sensitivity to human emotion makes them exceptional companions for those dealing with trauma or anxiety. It's hard to reconcile that reality with the dangerous monster that media portrayals would have you believe. Number 3, breed bans don't work. Breed-specific legislation sounds logical on the surface. Ban the dangerous breed, reduce the danger. But the evidence doesn't support it. Studies from Calgary, the Netherlands, and the UK, jurisdictions that have implemented and in some cases repealed breed bans, found no significant reduction in dog bite incidents following the legislation. What did reduce bites? Responsible ownership laws, mandatory training requirements, and community education. Banning a breed doesn't address the root cause of dangerous dog behavior. It only removes a symptom while the disease continues. Policymakers who ignore this evidence aren't protecting people. They're performing. Number 2, rescue and rehabilitation. Thousands of American Staffordshire Terriers are rescued each year from neglect, abuse, and fighting operations. And the majority of them successfully rehabilitate into stable, loving family pets. Organizations like Bad Rap have documented extraordinary recovery stories that challenge every assumption about this breed's inherent nature. Dogs who have known nothing but cruelty learn to trust again. They learn to play, to bond, and to thrive. If these dogs were fundamentally dangerous by nature, rehabilitation at this scale would be impossible. But it's happening every single day. That's not an opinion. That's documented, observable fact. Number 1, the real danger. We've arrived at the most important point in this countdown, and it might surprise you. The real danger surrounding the American Staffordshire Terrier isn't the dog. It's the cycle of fear, misinformation, and policy that gets innocent animals killed and keeps irresponsible ownership unchecked. Every year, hundreds of thousands of healthy, temperamentally sound dogs are euthanized in shelters simply because of how they look. Meanwhile, genuinely dangerous behavior, rooted in owner negligence, goes unaddressed. When we fear the wrong thing, we solve the wrong problem. And dogs and people pay the price. So guys, is the American Staffordshire Terrier really dangerous? The evidence says the answer is far more complicated than a simple yes or no. What's dangerous is ignorance. What's dangerous is policy built on fear rather than fact. These dogs deserve to be judged as individuals, not headlines. If this changed your perspective, drop a comment below. Share this with someone who needs to see it, and subscribe. Because the truth about dogs is always worth knowing.